finished.
Alright, hold up, bro. Fuck, what's his name? Bear, Triz, BB. Okay,
Alright, you good?
yeah.
Okay, cool. Going on now.
Okay.
Welcome, everybody, to the second episode of the RBAA RBN Podcast. We will be doing the mock draft, but this time, due to the fact that we now know that the
Yeah, it's gonna be exciting today.
it's going to be lots of fun.
Of course, lots of previous names that we haven't seen before making a debut, which is obviously gonna be lovely.
Correct.
Anyway, I don't think we should waste time. Let's kick it off.
Hold on, let me do this real quick.
Oh.
I just have to fix some key lines because I had numbers set to muting myself and that screwed some stuff up. Okay, so let's skip right to it. So who's our number one pick?
I think it's gonna be PK again for the third straight week. He absolutely murdered the rest of the players in on target outs. He got 37. That is 21 more on target outs than anybody else. Beatrice 16, Plasma Shark 16, and on top of that, he's third in batting average, which obviously needs some improvement, but I mean still top in the league is great. And he also is tied for the number one fielding grade. I think this one is a no-brainer.
Okay. So
Also, actually, I want to mention quickly, PK is the only player to stay in the top 4 through every mock draft.
been strikingly consistent despite his subpar performance in last game. Okay.
Oh.
But yeah, as I meant to say before I accidentally muted myself, we're doing all 3 rounds. So those of you who are 3 stars, be sure to tune in. You might hear your name called later in the stream. So we have to take into account that Zeus Mystery left the league, Tough Stuff refused to verify, and Albert refused to verify. So the 3 of them are off the table. They will be removed entirely from this. So who's our number 2 pick? Who's going to NAS?
I think it would. I don't know. I'm really trying to think on this one because I would say Star. I mean, he has by far been the best batter in the league so far. He's the only player batting above 700, and in fact has an on-base percentage above 650. I think he would go number 2 considering his batting.
All right. Just remind me to not use my number pad anymore. I have all my keybinds set to number pad numbers.
Was he even? He was 11 last week. That's a big jump for him.
He went way down last week after not doing very well in GameSet number 7.
Yeah, but he managed to show that it was just a fluke, so
good for
that's
him.
important.
He's back up to the top 2. He's on Concord. All right. So after Star, what do we see? What other 5 stars do we got in our roster?
Well, we didn't update the star ratings.
Oh yeah, we haven't updated the star ratings. We don't need
Should we do that?
Nah, it's fine.
Okay. Then in that case, I think Beatrice would be that number 3 pick, or Plasma Shark.
After Plasma Shark's performance in the last game, I'm gonna have to go with him. He outperformed everyone else.
Yeah, he really managed to put the team on his back in that game.
Provided,
and managed
of course,
to
he passes verification.
What?
Provided, of course, he passes the identity verification.
Of course. I can't believe you ask that. Anyway.
Why does PK labeled as Concord? Okay.
Anyway, I think this would be Duke because old gen, of course.
Yeah, we gotta go for the old gen, and Duke's the only one left after all of the other ones got basically made.
Is Duke also verified?
Yes, he did pass.
Okay.
Let's see who else we got. Whose pick is it? West Virginia?
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm gonna go with ASO7.
Sure.
We ranked him third last time, and he's been performing quite well, and he seems like somebody who would match up. I accidentally keep hitting my number pad numbers. Remind me to not hit my number pad numbers anymore.
Stop hitting your number pad numbers.
Okay, so ASO7 ranked third last time. He bumps down a couple slots, but he's still performing quite well. He's gonna be nothing really to say. He's just been pretty consistent.
Yeah, and that's the first player to drop spots in this draft.
So let's see who else we got. Whose pick is it? Charlotte's?
Yes.
We already got Beatriz, right?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I'd be a little bit surprised if he didn't go with Mavis.
Yeah, just looking at all the names, I think with my first round selection, I am going to go with Mavis. Yeah, nobody else really sticks out to me like Mavis does.
And that Mavis moves up a spot from the 7th spot last week.
Been number 7 for a long time now.
Yeah. Wow, that is 3 River City Reavers going in the first round so far.
Duke wasn't 4th. Duke was not 8th last time.
Oh, he was? Oh,
Yeah.
My bad.
I think you're looking at GameSet 6.
Yeah, my bad.
You got Star and Plasma right, or I did those two. Never mind. Yeah. Since Mavis is going to Charlotte, it leads us to question who.
I think some big names that could go right here is Foxconn, who just came off a great game. Is a Cool Boy off the table? The Cool Boy could go here.
Wait, Aiden's not off the table. He's going 7th. Aiden has been performing quite well this RBAA season.
Yeah, I think the big question is can he translate it over to
because it is a big
RBC.
point to be made that he has been in the RBC before and he has not performed well. So.
And that is the 4th River City Reaver projected to go in the first round out of 7 picks so far.
It's what happens when multiple mariachi disappear off the face of the earth.
Yeah. But looking at this next pick, I think this one is definitely not conclusively any which way. I think it could either go to Hyro, who's actually been performing pretty well recently, or modestly, I'd say, Foxconn, or Detroit. I think those are the 3 picks that could go right here.
I think we gotta go with Detroit. He's been chilling in the back a lot recently, and
yeah,
he's a name that I think has just been performing overall quite well. And I've been saying that a lot, but it's just consistency is key with these guys. And ever since Detroit showed up, he's been he batted quite well in his last couple games, or quite badly in his first couple games, but he's turned that around and ended with a 424 average in the regular season.
Yeah, and on top of that, I know that we talked about it before, that essentially none of these guys are going to become pitchers in RBC, but I think if anybody was to become one, I think it would be him.
Him or Foxconn. And this SoCal squad, let me look at their roster real quick.
I'm looking at their squad right now. and I think it's a team that could definitely seek an extra pitcher to be handy, in the relief or something.
They have Dirt Garrett. They have Broken Parker, AQ. They have quite a few pitchers, actually. I think their main
here's the
focus
thing.
is going to be outfield.
Here's the thing: is that AQ is suspended for 8 games.
That's
VX
right.
Parker and Duwop McGinty both did okay in their last game, and Garrett and Broken have really been the outfield focus for that team.
Which is why they need more outfielders.
I think they're going to go later in the round because I think that's they have the exact pick right after this. I think they're going to go for a fielder then.
This is their second pick.
Oh wait.
So let's see. All of the 3.
Well, I'm saying this is their second pick, but I thought we were still talking about pick 8.
No, pick 8 is Detroit. I think they got to go for Detroit in pick 8.
All right.
But pick 9, who's the best outfielder who hasn't been taken yet? Simply Cole's got a rating of 73.
I think they're also.
Oh wait, Robert Kirkman is a pretty dang good outfielder.
I think he just lacks solid consistency.
Whom? Kirkman?
Yeah.
Potentially.
Potentially.
Let's see.
I think. Oh wait, no.
But I think the person they're going to go for here is the person who performs the best outfielding in the combine who's still left. And I think of the people that are left, I think that's got to go to Robert Kirkman or...
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Kirkman's going here. Just because of team need. Then after that, who are we going with?
Well, hold on. I gotta find where...
Detroit was
Robert
14th
Kirkman.
last
He was 15th last week.
Yeah.
Robert was.
Keep hitting my things. Okay.
Some big names to mention didn't make it to the first round in terms of team-wise. The Biscuits and Lynchburg Wildcats.
Biscuits? Wait. Where the heck is Beatriz? I could have sworn... I thought we already did him.
Yeah.
If we haven't... No, Beatriz has got to go like top 5. Beatriz is a crazy good player.
I think drop down Ace.
Yeah, I think I want to keep Mavis for mine, but drop down Ace of Coolboy, Detroit, and Kirkman, and put... Yeah.
Well, then I think this is going to change the 9th pick. I think Detroit would go 10th, and because Coolboy is also a pitcher.
Yeah, so put Detroit at 10th. I keep using my numpad.
Stop using your number pad.
It's basically instinct at this point. But yeah, I thought Beatriz went like way earlier.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to leave him out. He performed crazy well last game.
He was number 9 last week.
He was number 9 last week, and he performed very well. He's up to a 567 average, one of the best, and he's already got 16 on target outs. Like, he's definitely one of the top prospects now after that game today.
All right, so correction. Lynchburg is the only team without a player projected to go in the first round.
And what team does that... Oh, that brings us to Charlotte's 2 picks? Okay, who am I going with? Foxconn and Simply Cole. Those are my 2 guys based on what I've seen. Simply is a little rough around the edges of the plate, but I think he's one of those guys with a lot of the intangibles that Charlotte is looking for, especially as a second-round talent. Foxconn disappeared off this list a long time ago, but he came up big in a big way today. Glad to see him back on the list.
Yeah, he actually fell off the list in GameSet 5 and was at 16th before he fell off. So way to make that comeback and fight to the 12th spot.
Simply was where he was at 12 last time, so he improves 1 spot.
Well,
so, do we give him the new or the improved? I think we give him the new slot since he's... What have we done in the past? Oh, we've just done improved?
Yeah, they just moved up.
Gotcha.
So far, there's only been 2 drops.
That's because we lost 3 big guys in the first round. So let's see. What old Jenners are left? Probably not very many.
I mean, are we sure that there even are any?
I don't think there are, actually.
Alright,
11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Wait, what
16,
which one are we at?
17,
I think
18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Okay, so there are 29 guys, which means there's technically enough. We only need 24 for the first 3 rounds, but there are there are definitely some people here who I don't think are first 3 rounds of talent. I think what we might do is we might allow 3rd round picks to not have the 5-game minimum.
Yeah, I would say like 3 games.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll only take the 5-game minimum into account, for the first 2 rounds. So where are we? What pick are we on? We're on Ohio. I don't think there were any old Jenners left last game set, so I gave them I County Laws. So let's just give them the next prospect we think is good.
I think we should say that they're gonna trade it.
Trade it? Why?
Because what purpose do they have for a pick at this point if it's not an old gen? If anything, they're just gonna try and trade for someone that has played before, like they did with Nubsy, signed Ryan and signed Steven. I think they're just gonna go after some players at this point who've actually played before and can provide something to their team.
Have we gone with Hyro yet? If not, I think we should go with him.
Pyro? What team?
Monterey. It's the Mariachi team. It's gonna be their affiliate. I'm not supposed to say that. You guys don't know that yet.
Pyro?
Yeah. But
I mean Hyro?
Yeah, I call him Hyro. Hyero. It's not Hyro.
I thought you said Pyro, like
no.
P.
No, not Pyro. That's not a player.
Yeah, you had me confused for a second, OG.
When was the last time Hyro was on the draft board?
Oh man,
has he been on the draft board? Hyro was 11th in GameSet 1, and he has not been back since.
So wow, big comeback there.
It's like my spreadsheet decided to freeze now. So I'll refresh my page. You fill in Hyro's information.
Okay.
Just for public information, this is the final mock draft. We will not be doing one after the playoffs. Really. Google Sheets, you're deciding to do this now?
I mean, what do we think about like post combine?
Maybe after the combine, but at that point, I think we should just leave it to the teams, and not influence them. Okay, this is great. This is wonderful.
Super dope.
Hold on, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen for a moment while I get my drive to get back working. But Carm, just start talking about what the next pick is gonna be.
All right. Well, number 14. That pick is going to the Mount Adams Knights, and looking at their roster right now, they have a solid outfield, solid fielding team. I think they're just going to try and go for a hitter at this point. Let's see what is available in that terms currently.
A hitter?
I mean, there aren't really a ton of sluggers left. I think this one could be Jay Roldan potentially, but add a solid addition to their pitching core, and he's batting .423. Definitely an improvement to when we last checked him out.
Could be Dre Roldan's chance back on the mock draft. Let's see.
I mean, I think he could, because when he first came to River City, he definitely took a step in the wrong direction. But after settling in, after a few games, it looks like he might be starting to progress back to where he should be.
Okay. Yeah, I think. Yeah.
When was the last time Dre Roldan was on the draft?
I'm gonna say round 3. That's my guess. And
Yeah,
I'm right.
he
He
felt.
was 16th. He was on 16th on round 3. So this is the point where we're gonna start seeing some brand new faces. Is there anybody from the last mock draft who we haven't called yet?
Yeah. Er,
County laws. Limited Delta.
Limited Delta.
I think
Limited Delta would be the very next pick.
Yeah, I think Limited's got to be the next pick. He seems like a good fit for the Bullets scheme.
I mean, also gotta mention that with all these, with 3 picks in the first and second round, both for Charlotte and the Bullets, they're definitely gonna have a lot of ability to play around with different ideas and draft various players and let them play it out.
Mm-hmm. What team was Limited on? He's on Lynchburg, right?
Yeah.
For our 16th pick, this is a little bit of a kind of a rumor thing, but I've heard talks that Crazy Time Man and Justin are talking about drafting or are talking about working together in this season. So I think Justin, he's a lesser known player. He barely got his 5-game thing with only 9 ABs, but he's a solid guy who's played before. He was on Charlotte back in season 3.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the Suns are going to go for him here.
Yeah, and he's also batting modestly .44 for batting average and on base percentage. Definitely showing some sparks of ability. Definitely going to be a player that they could look at there.
Now we move on to round 3. First time we've made it this deep into the draft.
Here, I think this could go to I think this one is going to go to Hydra, in my opinion.
Hydra Slash?
Yeah. Because at this point, he's really one of the only players left who has shown.
No, wait. We're forgetting county laws. I think he's got to go first in the 3rd round.
Well. Here's the thing. County laws batted awfully today.
He did bat bad today, but he still had a great day in the outfield. He got a couple on target outs. I don't think he made a single error.
Like 1. He had 2 errors.
Did he?
Yeah.
Regardless, he's still not that bad. And I think over Hydra Slash, who has been having a drag in the second half of this season, I think we got to give it to him. Then we can go Hydra. Is his username Hydra Slash 123? I think it is. He's on Newport.
How do we rank them in round 3?
Batting average, general skill.
No, I mean the change.
Oh, just
logo.
new. They're all just gonna be new. Unless they've been on before.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's they've both been on before.
Oh, then you just do improved and say fall off whenever they did. Actually, since they're round 3, then we could just say... Just give them... Actually, just say improved and fall off to show that they've been on before.
Why would you do that?
Let's see. Some 3 stars that I can look at.
Hey, yo, Ashton, am I muted?
No, I'll mute you so we can finish.
Oh, how you doing, everybody?
Paisano's going to be joining us for the podcast section of this stream after we finish this up. So some 3 stars that we're looking at. Brian Cruz. We already got Limited Delta, right?
Yeah.
Nosy Friend could go at some point. Ray Capone, definitely a name. Kicker even maybe might go in the 3rd round.
I think Brian is a name to be considered.
Hyper Finchy. Brian Cruz, I already said him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, let's look at these names. Oh, Hyper Finchy also somebody to look at. Yeah. Okay. So, Hyper Finchy. Oops, wrong tab. Hyper Finchy.
I think this next one should be Brian because he's batting .37, which is among average, I think, for the players that we just listed. But his on base percentage is almost at .53, which is by far better than any of them. And on
Yeah.
top of that, he does have a .86 fielding grade in the outfield with 5 on target outs, no errors, and 2 on target saves. I think he would be the next one here.
Small sample, but he might be the next he might be the next gem in this draft. And I'm pretty sure Brian Cruz has not been on the mock draft since round 1, where he was 16th.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's correct. Set all of the fall-offs to 21-point font.
To what?
21-point font. Change the size. So 5 picks left. Let's see. I think who's Ohio going for?
I don't know. I can't even say.
Knowing Ohio, they're probably going to go for a name they recognize. I think we should just suck another boy right out of Monterey. Let's see. We could go with JP. He's been batting quite horribly, but both of his hits were home runs. Or 2 of his 3 hits are home runs. Then we got Alright, so 3 guys that I definitely do want to pick eventually. Hyper Finchy, Ray Capone, and Nosy. That's 3 people. We already did Hydra Slash, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go for the assumption that Ohio's just gonna pick from Monterey and give him JP. Why not?
Yeah, that is true. Why not?
He's never been on the mock draft. So 3 picks for West Virginia. Who were those 3 people I said?
Ray Capone.
Hydra.
Hyper Finchy.
We already did.
No, we did Hydra Slash, not Hyper
I'm tripping. Hyper Finchy. I think they changed their name to Finchy Fusion.
Yo, watch the language. Repeat.
What?
Yeah.
Did I curse?
No. My pizza maker did.
Oh, he's muted right now.
Okay. And Nosy.
Okay. These guys are all new. So who do we think is going?
No, I think Ray Capone was on week 1.
Yeah, I think he might have been actually. Ray Capone.
Nah, I'm just out of my mind right now.
Yeah, no, I don't think he is.
This may be a true statement.
So who's Mr. Irrelevant? Wait, Finchy was in the first one. At number 10.
Yeah.
So who is Mr. Irrelevant of the RBC draft? The last one who gets the opportunity to play in the majors.
I think Penhead Larry might get this last one. I mean, he may have started off badly to the season, but in the last couple of games, he really managed to pick up his game, and he managed to get 2 home runs.
Maybe. Let's see. Is there anybody on River City who you haven't picked yet? No, I'm pretty sure the entirety of their roster, other than Cryptic Shadow Master and Hello Kitty, have been drafted. So yeah, I think we should go with Penhead for Mr. Irrelevant. I know he hasn't been on the list yet, so he's also new. So there's the end of the mock draft. Let's get these teams in. Finchy is on Newport, right?
No,
No?
I got it.
Oh, Finchy's on River City, that's right. Ray Capone is on Biscuits. Nosy Friend is on Lynchburg? Yeah, Lynchburg. Yeah, this is the final mock draft from the RBN. All 3 rounds.
Yes. All right. Let us know what you guys think.
All right. Cool. So that concludes the mock draft portion of this. Now let's bring on Paisano. Welcome on, Paisano.
Oh, how we doing, everybody?
Everyone's favorite Italian New Yorker RBN employee.
Yes. And is that my new title? Everyone's favorite? I'm so honored. All right.
So
You're my second favorite.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm on it still. All right. I was making an announcement real quick. Could someone about the how we're getting into this the second part? Because I think 2 people just left because I think that the podcast is over. So I think you should just make an announcement to let them know the second part of the podcast is on. But anyways,
I'll put the link in the RBC chat so we can attract the non-minor league kids.
yeah. All right. So is there anything you wanted to talk about getting started? Because I had a few things I want to comment on.
Take it away.
So,
All right. Who, me?
Here, let me do my thing first. So basically, we just finished the regular season. We have our playoff matchups. First round in the East, Concord versus Lynchburg.
When does this game take place, by the way?
Tomorrow.
Okay. What time?
8:00 p.m. That one's
All right.
already set. Then
All right,
Monterey
good.
versus Bakersfield, which may also occur tomorrow.
All right.
And then the winners of the East game plays Newport at Liberty Field, and the winner of the West game plays River City at Copperhead. That's all I wanted to say. So take it away, Paisano.
All right. So when I was looking at the mock draft stream that you had here, something that I did notice was how many players are getting drafted from these teams. That's something I like to keep touch on as who's getting drafted from what team. So for example, when you see the something that it's always common here is you can always get another player. You can always sign someone new. But with people like, let's say the Reveres or even the Seals now, they're losing. The Reveres are losing Plasma. They're losing AASZ. They're losing Madness. They're losing Justin and Dre Rolden. How it's really not a matter for teams like the Seals or the Reveres of how they can get these players back. It's how they can match that talent. Because I'm worried. The Reveres, what were they? They were 5-3 this season, right?
Yeah.
Well, 6-2. Now that they're losing prospectively going to be losing all these players, these talent that they have, even with this, like I said, with the Seals, Detroit Red Wings, PKMN Freak, these guys are arguably some of the best players in the RBAA and probably the best players in their team. So how are they going to match that talent? And then in the next season, how is that going to fluctuate the team? And I wonder how the owners are starting to feel about losing all these players.
Yeah, well, it'll be interesting with the announcement of the new plan by the RBC and RBAA boards. The RBAA is now going to become an affiliated minor league, where the fates of these teams are now not going to be on the hands of random volunteers, but they're instead going to be on the hands of the organizations of the majors.
So they're all going to be affiliates?
Yes.
Yes.
The ones that here, I'm just going to go ahead and announce the ones we know of right now, because I'm pretty sure these are staying put. Don't hold my word to this. They might change, though. So Charlotte is going to take Concord. The Spartans, of course, are going to have Newport. SoCal trying to call dibs on Lynchburg. Mac is taking River City. West Virginia, Bakersfield. Ohio, Monterey. And then the Suns and the Cougars will take the 2 new teams that will have to construct stadiums and make. So the RBA... The RBA is going to be affiliated. The teams are going to be run by the organizations of the major leagues.
The franchise owner is going to have a lot more responsibility then.
Yeah, they're going to have to create a hierarchy and make sure their minor league team gets run as well as their major league team.
Yeah, definitely going to be a lot more work for them though.
I think it's just going to add, extra dynamic to
of course.
the immersiveness of, owning a team where you really have to be responsible for it. And it's just not like a task you can come in and just say, oh, I want to do it.
Oh, yeah, no, you definitely have to have the experience of when dedication to wanting to do this, and not only that, you're definitely going to want to have to, make sure you have the right people doing the job, because this is turning into Roblox baseball. This ain't just RBC, some random group anymore. This is Roblox baseball, and this is how it's going to get intense, and this is how it's going to start evolving into the next generation.
Yeah, and we're gonna have to see the team owners and the RBAA farm directors do some recruiting and maybe look in other leagues, maybe even go to the group recruiting plaza every once in a while and try to find some new talent.
I just threw up. All right.
Because
Yeah.
with this draft, we're probably only going to have another 3 or 4 rounds of RBAA affiliate drafting before the entire rosters of the RBAA are just gone. So it'll be interesting.
Definitely.
It'll be interesting to see how much these RBC teams care for their RBA affiliates, and if any neglect is going to happen for them. See how much power they're going to put in the hands of their farm directors, and see if they're going to get involved themselves, and see if these farm directors are even qualified to recruit and run a team themselves.
So I got 2 questions then based on that. So the first question is, what do you think the next step is? Do you think it's ads to get more people in the RBAA? Do you think it's sponsorships with other groups to kind of get a publicity? What do you think it is?
Personally, I think another ad campaign would be beneficial. It doesn't need to be as major or as huge as this one, but I think we can leave a lot of the recruitment in the hands of the franchise owners and of the farm directors, provided, of course, that they don't suck at their jobs.
Well, that's actually going to lead me to a second question. Don't say any names, but are you worried about some of the team owners? Do you think that there are some bad eggs that are going to probably not be as great as we want them to be?
Well, I mean, I know there's some teams like Charlotte and NAS who are set. Like, for instance, Charlotte has 3 of the 6 current RBA owners on our roster. So we don't lack minor league leadership. And I know NAS has the ability to just say, hey, you're doing this, and they'll just do it, because that's how NAS works. But I'm interested to see how some of the other teams are going to deal with this challenge, like SoCal or West Virginia, or maybe even MAC. Also, I think the amount of leadership that they have is going to play into how much they're able to take advantage of this system. Like, I feel like this could be used as an incentive or a punishment for any player in the RBC or who isn't in the RBC, just to be given an opportunity in the majors.
Oh, definitely, because that's exactly what it is with the MLB in real life. A player who's not performing as well in the MLB goes to AAA, then AA, then single A, then SSA. Yeah, that's all it is. This is just an opportunity when you have these merging of the teams. Just that what teams are going to end up using them as is going to be them going to be either punishing their players who aren't performing well so they can train in the RBAA. Maybe they drafted some guy, or they signed some guy who they want to get better at playing the game, so they put him in the RBAA, and eventually they'll get their skill back. But
and one of the things that I wanted to mention for coaching that we were talking about is that, like a lot of the coaching, it's a different experience to what the RBAA coaches are going to have to go through. Because like you guys mentioned before, it's going to be a lot more about, kind of finding that next prospect to help the team. It's not about just individually developing each player like it is in the major leagues, but I think it's going to be able to create a really unique dynamic to those who coach on that level.
Right, it's like I said, it's much more immersive. And then they really have to know what they're doing, and really have to know their staff and know their team, and know how to have some sort of hierarchy, have some sort of what is the word I'm looking for? Some sort of system that they can do. But that's up to be how well that these team owners can perform when it comes to actually owning the team.
Yeah,
that gets into group management more than just knowing just having fun.
Yeah, it's no longer just a title; it's a functioning role that needs attention.
Yeah.
Which I'm excited to see. Maybe if this works out well, maybe this could honestly just help grow RBAA just by itself. Not even needing to go through the whole advertisement process. The more people join, they're going to tell more people, and RBAA will start growing, then RBC will start growing, and then RBN's going to start growing, and then it's just going to keep going like that. So every little step that with this how RBAA is working is going to eventually help grow the league as a whole, and I think that this is an important first step when it comes to making affiliate teams, which is so I'm excited to see how this will work out in the future.
Inspiring words there, thank you.
Oh yes, of course. I've got a request in the chat to say how you doing and water. So whoever Roblox Wax Unlimited is, there you go. All right.
All right. So I have a little piece of breaking news. We have another team that could occur in the RBAA. The Rock Valley Cougars have reported that the number one team name that they are considering right now is the Biscayne Clownfish.
Oh my god. Oh my
Operating out of Biscayne Bay, Florida.
I thought the biscuits were bad, man. What the
Key Biscayne. Bro, I love Key Biscayne. That place is amazing.
Yeah, look at it. That would be,
Nemo is a team now.
that would be the newest team in the Eastern Division in the RBAA.
Bro, what the hell is that?
Oh my god! I thought the biscuits were bad, man.
The starfish. Oh my god.
No,
the
the
clownfish, bro.
clownfish. The clownfish.
Clownfish.
Oh my
bro.
bad, the clownfish.
Definitely an interesting development for this minor league, and I honestly love to see these meme teams.
I mean, honestly, if that's what works for you, ain't nobody gonna hate.
I'm gonna hate real much, but you know that's all right.
We'll be interested to see the stadium and the logo from for that team.
If it's not the Finding Nemo logo, I'm gonna sue. All right.
All right.
It just has to be Finding Nemo, but Finding Clownfish. All right.
Yeah. All right.
It needs to have a small little flipper on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, so a stadium name suggestion is gonna be Coral Reef Park.
Oh my god. Just oh my god, just make it underwater at this point, man. Come on.
Their uniforms are just gonna be those mermaid suits with the coconuts on their chest.
Oh god. Okay. Okay. Let's move on. So what were we talking about before we went on the tangent about the clownfish?
I don't remember, man. I'm too caught up in the clownfish. Also, I do have something I want to ask to the you guys probably don't know what I'm saying, but the people in the chat, would you guys like us going and doing as we do these podcasts, as we do these sort of things? Do you want us to be all join up at a game so you can be in a game while we talk? So, would that be something you're interested in?
We used to do that.
I know, but you want to start that again? What if we go to the RBN headquarters and we do and we do these live, but also in game?
Maybe.
Alright, you know what? Everybody just pull up to the RBN
Yeah,
studios.
we're pulling up to the RBN Studios.
You want to do? Are we doing it right now?
Yeah, we're doing it
Oh,
right
we're
now.
all pulling up right now.
We're all pulling up right
Yo,
now.
link it
Link in the chat, bro.
I'm putting it
Yeah,
in.
like
I'm
in
putting it in the YouTube chat right now.
Oh yeah, that's what I thought, boy. Hey, say that. Say. Let me hear you say you're.
So
Chat, let me hear you're.
Here.
Yeah, no, bro, that sounds like you constipate. You gotta bring it. You gotta say it from the heart, bro. You're.
Bro, I'm in my house right now, man. How low do you want me to be?
Bro, I want you to feel the year, bro. I don't want you to just say it. I want you to.
I don't want you to ever say that sentence again. Feel the year? Nah, that's
Bro, you clearly also don't know what Who Back Wednesday is, and it shows, bro.
Who Back Wednesday? I can't say I do.
Who Back Wednesday?
Oh, Woo Back Wednesday. Oh, okay. No, I know who Woo Back Wednesday is.
All right, what's Who Back Wednesday then?
Woo Back Wednesday? That's the fuck it. No, hold on. No, that's I know the meme, man. I know it's a joke, but I don't know like.
Carm, get behind the desk. Get behind the
you
desk,
just call-
Carm.
What?
Get behind the desk right now.
Behind the desk?
Oh, get behind the desk, you communist.
Dude, I don't have pants on.
I noticed, which is why I was telling you to get behind the desk.
This is a family show, man. I can't curse. You can't have no pants on, man. This is how that
Alright.
works.
So where were we?
I don't remember. Clownfish is all I can remember.
So we have our playoff matchups. You guys want to do some predictions?
Yeah, sure.
Alright.
Yeah, all right.
So Eastern Division wild card, Concord Colts versus the Lynchburg Wildcats, two teams who've been playing quite abysmally all season. The Concord Colts and the Lynchburg Wildcats, they are both on losing streaks of 5 games.
Put the playoff matchup in the stream.
Yeah, I'll put it on the screen.
Okay, I think.
So,
Honestly, I'm not gonna make any comments about the Eastern side because that's my side, and like, obviously Newport's gonna win.
The two of us can do it. So, Concord's roster now consists of Star, Robert, Kind and Melstro sometimes, Real U10 and Epic Gamer, whereas Lynchburg's roster consists primarily of Limited Delta, Carson Sports, Nosy Friend, and Simply Cole.
All right. So here, what I'm gonna say, go back to the Lynchburg stats. See, here's what I noticed with the Lynchburg stats is that I don't have faith that their batting staff is going to be as good as the Colts pitching staff. I think it's going to come down to who can play the best pitching game between this, and that's why I think it's going to go to the Colts.
All right. Well, I just want to interject real quick. If you're gonna say that it's gonna come down to the pitching game, it's not gonna be a good game for Concord. They have one pitcher who has an ERA under 4, and that player doesn't even have 5 innings yet. Okay.
Oh,
And then the rest of their pitching.
I didn't notice that. Oh, hang on.
ERA for Robert is 21.67. For Star, it's 11.05, and for Shadowmaster, it's 8.04. Oh wait, and then for Real U10, it's 8.75. So.
Oh my God! I didn't even notice that. Okay, who am I thinking of?
They have an average ERA of 10.91 and a K per inning of 0.95.
It's not great.
It's not great at all. But I don't know. When it comes, I just think I don't know. I think the Colts, when it comes to pitching, when it comes to defense, I don't know. I don't.
Okay,
see the
let's look at it this way. Let's look at it this way. Colts have 2 outfielders with more than 10 on-target outs. Wildcats have 0. Colts have 0 pitchers with good ERA. Wildcats have 1. Limited Delta, I believe he is eligible to pitch the game, if I remember correctly.
No.
Josh, get the hell out of this goddamn.
He's not. He is not able to. So Limited Delta and Real U10 are ruled out, which means Nosy Friend might have to pitch.
Or simply Cole.
Ooh.
It'll be interesting. I think it's going to come down to outfield performance, which
Someone
Concord
admit
has a slight advantage in. But I think we can all agree that pending some sort of absolutely crazy occurrence, the Newport Seals are going to win this series, or going to win the Eastern Division.
All right, who are the Newports? Who is also in the Eastern?
The Newport Seals. The winner of their game plays the Newport Seals.
Okay, yeah, okay, yeah, no.
It's a direct feed.
Then with that, yeah, 2-6 and a 1-7 team and not beating the Newport Seals. That's for sure.
Yeah,
I don't want to boast about Newport or anything, but after I took over, they have the lowest amount of runs scored in the league at 10, and they would have had the second highest run differential if I was owning for that first game. So
I'm pretty sure they lead the league in every single pitching statistic.
Except for wins.
Except for wins, obviously, but that's not a really good stat.
And ERA, we don't lead. And Ks, we don't lead.
2.9.
We lead in whip. That's it. But we have the most players in the pitching stats.
Yeah. You guys have I think, pitching staff overall, I think Newport has the best. But, yeah. We'll have
all right,
to see.
now go over to the next.
Let's go over to the Western side now.
All right, so we can say safely the Eastern side is going to go to the Seals.
I think we can say that with pretty big confidence, where the Western side, Monterey and Bakersfield, is a coin flip, as we saw today. That was a very well-played game.
It's just going to be the same thing as today's, though. Who can make the least mistakes is what's going to come down to this game.
Yeah.
And honestly,
it's not even. I can't even say confidently that one team is going to be better than the other in any field, unless players just for whatever reason they just don't show up. So I don't. That's why I'm saying I don't think it's like I said, whoever makes the least mistakes, whoever can make the best plays in the outfield, that's going to be who's going to be the team that's going to make it to the Reviers. And when it comes to the Reviers, I don't know which one of these teams could beat them.
Well, I'm looking to the stats right now. I'm going to take a quick look at it, make an analysis from this.
River City.
River City
lost
has
to the Mariachi 2-1 in Game 3, beat the Mariachi in Game 6, and
only have one game where they lost
in Game 2.
So they can be beat.
Yeah. So I think the thing is that whoever wins the wild card game is definitely able to win the Western. I think the Western is up for grabs by all the teams.
Yeah.
Definitely. But then I think when it comes down to the division championship, it's just the same thing. It's just whoever can make the least mistakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And whoever can make the most players show up, whoever can make the best players show up, and whoever can capitalize on that by making the least amount of errors. And I don't know. It's just when it comes down to like, I don't know how have the outfield accuracy been? Because that's another thing that a lot of teams recently have been a little bit either improving dramatically with their outfield or decreasing with like a lack of players. So how has the accuracy been?
Bakersfield has been doing well. Monterey has been doing well. River City has also been doing well. All of these three teams are quite good at outfielding.
Mm-hmm. And if that's the case, it's whoever can make the least amount of mistakes, whoever has the least amount of errors is going to win that division.
Then for championship, the Western team.
Yeah, we talked about the championship.
The Western is going to be the home team because all of them have higher win percentages than Newport.
That's not true. That all of them do.
They all win
only
the tiebreaker.
one of them does. Sweetie, only one of them does.
They all win the tiebreaker though.
You don't need to bring it up, bro.
All right, but
the Western team is going to be the home team at the final game at Amazon Park.
All right.
Look, my point still is though. I think Newport is the best defensive team because they have the best pitching unit. On top of that, they have Pokemon in the outfield, along with Brian Cruz, who's shown that he has the ability to play there. I mean, when I look at it, I'm just like, come on, like Newport has some of the top defensive talents coming into the draft, and I think the only thing that they need to be worried about is their batting. And to say the least, I think their batting has definitely been stable.
So, analyze it both by each team. Which of those three teams do you think could beat the Seals?
Any or all
like confidently, like definitively.
But confidently, I think the team with the most chance is the Reavers.
Yeah.
Out of any of these teams, I think the Reavers are the most complete of the three Western teams, and while I think any of these teams could play and any of these teams could beat the Seals, I think the Reavers are the ones with the most solid chance. I would give them 70-30 odds of beating the Seals.
Yeah. I mean, I would also say that they're the most RBC ready team.
Yeah, I think they have the most players who are going to go high in the
and that's why you guys put them all like the entire rust. They're going to go to the
Yeah, River City is definitely a team to watch and a team who's going to be very influential in this.
And
it also is important to highlight they're on a 3-game winning streak right now.
Who'd they play though?
Actually, I think they're on a longer than that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're on a 5-game winning streak.
Oh.
All right, everyone who's in the game right now. I want you guys to jump if you guys are going to be Clownfish fans. Come on, Clownfish fans, let's go. Come on.
Let's go, Clownfish.
Let's go, Clownfish. All right.
Oh shit.
Yo, Ash, we have like polar opposite suits on right now.
Jesus, Tornado, why are you have admin here?
Why don't I have Adam in here? What the hell?
I haven't updated the admin scripts in months.
Okay. Anyway.
Do we have I think it's question time.
Well, I was gonna bring up the question of the Omaha tournament. I mean, that happened recently.
Before you start that, real quick, fans, start putting your questions in the chat for us to answer. The YouTube chat, not the RBC chat. But yeah, go ahead.
In the Roblox chat. All right, yeah, like you said. It's going to be first come, first serve, so type quickly, or else you're going to lose.
Everybody say Squeaker's trash, because he's saying trash fish instead of clownfish.
To go with JXLI's question, who do you think is going to win it all? Like we said, whoever has we gave it the team who has the best chance of beating the Seals, who's going to win the East. We gave that to the Reveres. So I think it's a consensus here amongst the three of us that it's going to be the Reveres because they have the best chance of beating the Seals.
Yeah, so what you're telling me is that if it's not the Reavers, we're gonna win.
If it's not the Reavers, I think it'll be the Seals, personally.
Oh my god.
Alright, so here, let me just do overall odds. I give it 40% Reavers, 25%.
No, you gotta do like the
Seals.
1 in like 100. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I'm not doing gamblers odds. 40% to Reavers, 25 to Seals, 15 for the other two 15 to the other two Western teams.
All right, yeah. All right, I think that's fair. All right,
Or
so
17.5.
What-
We got
Or
Magic.
what team looked most RBC ready in the Omaha tournament? I think it's Nats. I mean, that's just personal
We haven't
opinion.
seen the finals yet. I think this finals game is going to be the team who's the most ready.
all right, what are the chances Mariachi have in the playoffs?
Well, we just went over this.
Yeah.
17.5%.
Yeah.
Okay, Ash, no need to get so
God
mathematical.
damn. All right, what Dreamers player do you
We're
think
doing
will go
one
the highest?
finals game, Tornado.
Well,
We're not doing a
Aiden-
3-game set. That's stupid.
Aiden,
Well,
to
you
answer
can look.
to
You
your
can
question
look at,
about what Dreamers player will go the highest in the draft, look at our mock draft that we have. We already made.
I was about to say the same thing.
Yeah. To give you the answer, could you go? Let me go.
It's Plasma Shark.
Plasma Shark is going to go the highest.
Provided,
in the
of course, he's not an alt.
Do you think the Clownfish will have a dome for their stadium? It can be
No,
like
they
a
need
fishbowl.
a fishbowl.
No. If they're gonna have anything, I think it's gonna be in Finding Nemo, Merlin's home.
They need just a fishbowl, man.
I think
No,
this
it's-
should be the first RBC stadium with a pool.
Honestly, no, that would be so unfair. It's a minor league.
All right, what RBC team has the best uniform?
The Charlotte Alts.
Yeah, Charlotte Alts.
Okay, no, I'm not. You guys don't even understand how nice those jerseys are.
Bro,
I've never seen them.
I'll pull it up. I'll change into it real quick.
AJ flexed it on me, bro. I was like, oh damn, that's nice.
Yeah, they are some nice clothing.
Most overrated RBAA player. What you guys think?
Overrated RBAA player. I'm gonna get so much hate for this right now. All right.
Your best say PK.
No. I'm not gonna say PK.
Oh wow.
RBA player? You mean RBA?
Yeah.
All right. Dre Rolden.
Ooh.
I
think-
think he's
I think-
overrated at this
I
point.
don't think.
he
I
was
don't. I
a-
think in the start, everyone saw him. He was a fantastic pitcher. He
Yeah.
was doing amazing when it started. Don't get me wrong. I had high hopes for him, and then once he started going down, everyone in their head, all the team owners started saying, "Oh, Dre Rolden's such a good pitcher." We haven't been seeing that from him. I think everyone's gotten the hype from him because in the first 2 games he had as a new guy, he had so much potential.
He's
I
still
think
a
it's
great
just starting to
pitcher.
show that once he's getting into his seat, I don't think he's got the potential.
Well, I don't think he's overrated at this point either. I think he started off hot and then sizzled out after that. And I think
definitely.
everybody picked up on that. So, because of that, I think everybody's already realized that he isn't what we were talking about, and therefore isn't overrated.
Well, yeah, and I know people now are starting to realize he isn't as great, but I think in general, how everyone used to think,
I
that he
think-
was all that. Yeah, I don't
think
don't see
the most
anymore.
overrated, but I can't say for sure yet. It's just my own opinion. Is Ace and a Cool Boy because this is how I think of it. They were former RPC players, right? They had to go and play in RBAA, and they were like above average players, They're first round talents, but late first round. So, I mean, to me, it's like, okay, well, they went and did well in the minor leagues, and they may have gotten some experience, but how's that going to translate back to RBC? I mean, they've already played before. Are they going to be different? What's going to be different about them?
I see where you're coming from with that, but I also disagree simply because I am not seeing these minor league kids as people who are going to come and perform immediately outside the first 1, maybe 2 picks with anything other than their outfield talent, because the hitting world and the RBA and the RBC are 2 very different things.
Oh yeah.
In the
Yeah.
RBAA, the most opposition you're getting on the mound is Dre Rolden, whereas in the RBC, you're hitting against guys like me, Squeaker, and Carm. Like, Dre Rolden even feeds meat once every 5 pitches. I haven't fed meat purposely, like, in a pattern since I was, like, season 5. Like, it's been a long time. And
Yeah, like all the
pitching-
top pitchers, they don't have like a specific rhythm to them.
Yeah, you can't really get the same read on an RBC pitcher as an RBA pitcher, which is why I feel in this draft, whether or not these players are a bust or not is going to depend on what team they go to and how much specific training they receive following their signing.
All right, next question. Which RBC team has the best team owner?
Nash.
Gotta be
Let-
Charlotte.
Let me just go
Oh,
for the next
Nash.
question. Is Clownfish going to be a real team in RBC or RBA?
Yes.
Apparently so. But back to Finchy, who do we think?
Doug.
Definitely Ash.
Definitely Doug.
Ash, shut the hell up. I think the only person here who can give an unbiased opinion is me, and I'm going to give it to me. No, I'm joking.
Boo.
I'm gonna go. I don't know. I like Doug. I like Doug a lot. I like him as a person. I think that he's obviously done a lot of good things for the league and for his team, especially because he knows how to run it. He's the guy who has the ideas. And I don't know. I feel like obviously people are gonna go towards Doug. Not to say the other teams owners aren't good. I mean, Ash, you're amazing with it. So I mean, obviously, but
Yeah, but how many?
I don't know. I think the best team owner personally, I like Doug the most. So let me see. What do you think about the Omaha tourney NAS versus Chicago?
Chicago?
What? SCHA. Sorry, I'm
Charlotte.
Charlotte. I'm retarded.
Could go either way, honestly. That's my personal opinion.
Yeah, I think it can
think-
go either way. But I mean, we got to see the teams in actions in the first couple of rounds. How do you think those played out? Like, how do you think they're going to play out in the regular season based off what we've seen so far?
No idea. It really depends on these draft picks and how much training and how big these kids become. That's how I see it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm honestly just excited for the draft to see where each player ends up because there's so much potential. I mean, you can have a guy like Ace, and if he goes to Ohio, then he's not gonna become amazing. But if he goes to like Charlotte or something, then it can be a totally different story.
All right. Who's the most underrated RBAA player?
Underrated?
Brian Cruz right now, in my opinion.
Okay, if you base this on media attention and how much they talk, I'm gonna go with Beatrice.
Yeah.
Beatrice, I like Beatrice, but he's the number 5 overall.
He is the number 5 in the mock draft, but if you compare the amount he talks about it in the Discord and just all that, he's been basically radio silent this whole season. And comparing that to the other top guys, he's been super humble about it all, and I feel like he's going to be one of the bigger people to show up for their team in this season. Also, I'm going to now show it on the stream. This is the Charlotte alt jersey we were talking about before. The Queen City Skyline jersey.
You look kind of gay.
Hold on, let me see it. Hold on, I'm glitching up. What the hell? Why can't I see it? Ah! Oh, there it goes. That looks like a short season A jersey. I don't know.
Really came at him like that. That's tough.
The Italianos, not a fan.
I am not a fan. I don't know. I rep for the other one, but whatever.
All right. Let's get two more questions.
What's your opinion on Charlotte barely making it past the first 2 rounds in which they faced teams not even close to their overalls? Ash, how do you want to answer that?
All right, so I'm gonna chalk this down to we still need to get our chemistry together. While I have been notorious as being the guy who signs the same people every season, the only people who I have on my team who I had before are Jiff and Base. And I don't think Base showed up to either.
Hey, Ash, but how many of your players have played for you before?
Many of them have played for me before, but we still have to get our act together.
That closes the case that you get the guy that signs the same players.
Oh, I'm not saying you're wrong about that. But I'm saying Charlotte still has to get our chemistry together. Where if you look at NAS, 85% of that team was on Carm or Doug's team last season. Mm-hmm. Except for Tornado and Bear. And those are two guys who are known to adapt to situations quite quickly. You found Giant as a NAS kid. He's only been on NAS his entire career. But that's why I think NAS is going to have a bit of a head start in the beginning of this season, because the NAS culture has been constant. It's always been there. And
winning culture.
No matter who the head coach is, there's been a lot over the seasons. The NAS culture has just been there. Mm-hmm. Whereas Charlotte wasn't even here last season, and we're kind of morphing between the cultures of Rock Valley, Mac, Aces, West Virginia. Like, we got people from basically every team last season on our team this time around. So we just have to work on our culture. We just have to work on our culture because we're kind of an amalgamation this season. A lot of the other teams are people who have played together very recently, but we got a lot of different guys this year.
Oh, we got a backstage area? That's awesome.
Yes, we do have a backstage area, but
there's a makeup area. Look at that.
I think we got time for one more question.
Okay, the last question was hold on.
Here's a quick question. Are we added bounce to RBC? Yes, we are. Do you think there will be upsets in RBA playoffs? I don't know, maybe. Last question, serious question for my county laws. Why is Tornado an umpire?
Trust me, we don't know either.
Yeah, honestly, like I mean, that actually, so it's definitely in question for
Like
sure.
even I know that I sucked as an umpire, and I gave it up just to do
Yeah.
this full time.
I think Keaton is technically the head umpire, but I'm going to suggest that we do recertification for 100% of the official umpires in the RBC, including a new written and field exam for every umpire to make sure that we don't have people who don't know what they're doing,
Even board.
including board this time.
Ha! Loser.
Oh, damn.
All right, guys. If you guys are in the Roblox game, I'm going to be serving drinks over at. Can you give me a minute?
Since I got
At
you.
the cafe.
Kibuchka, Kaduchka, chill out, fam. Why you mad?
All right, so yeah, if you guys want to go upstairs and get a drink from Natural, this is all from us on the podcast today. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to tune in for the playoff games that we'll have within the next couple days. We're excited to bring those to you, and we'll see you then. Thank you all for watching, and
Take care, everyone.
Bye.